A piece of paper cannot feed you. It cannot keep you warm. It cannot fight a wolf. And if you are stuck on an island alone, it is basically trash with numbers on it. But in the real world, people wake up for it, they move across countries for it, they lie for it, they fight over it, and they panic when it disappears from a screen. Which is strange because money only works if enough humans agree to pretend it works. So why did humans start believing in money? And more importantly, how did a simple trading tool become one of the most powerful stories humans ever invented? Imagine a small stickman village before money. One person has fish, another person has shoes, and the fish guy wants shoes. Simple, right? He walks over and says, "Hello, I would like shoes. Here is a fish." But the shoe guy does not want fish, he wants grain. So now the fish guy has a problem. He does not need shoes anymore. He needs to find someone with grain, who wants fish, so he can get grain, then come back for shoes. But the grain person does not want fish either. She wants a knife. The knife person wants a goat, the goat person wants a blanket, and now one man who only wanted shoes has accidentally started a side quest across the entire economy. This is the first problem money solved. Not greed, not Wall Street, not billionaires in suits, just the awkward fact that people want different things at different times. Direct trade needs a perfect match. Economists call this the double coincidence of wants. A normal person calls it, "Why is this so annoying?" Because barter sounds simple in a cartoon, but in real life it gets stupid fast. Fish rots, grain spills, goats run away. A blanket is hard to split into exact change. And if your only valuable thing is a cow, buying one small bowl might become a hostage negotiation with dairy. So humans needed something easier, something people could accept even if they did not personally need it right now. A middle object, a shortcut, a thing that says, "Take this now," and later someone else will take it from you. That is the weird seed of money. The first important thing about money is that it does not have to be magical. It just has to be accepted. Maybe it is shells, maybe it is metal, maybe it is salt, maybe it is coins, maybe it is a number on a glowing rectangle that gives your landlord emotional power over you. The object changes, but the trick stays the same. Money works because everyone believes everyone else will believe in it tomorrow. That sentence sounds dumb, but it is the whole machine. If I accept a coin from you, I am not doing it because I want to hug the coin at night. I accept it because I believe the baker will accept it later. The baker accepts it because he believes the carpenter will accept it. The carpenter accepts it because he believes the tax collector, the market, the landlord, or the next stranger will accept it too. Money is not just an object, it is a chain of trust. And when the chain is strong, trade becomes easy. The fish guy no longer needs to find the one shoe seller who wants fish. He sells fish for money, then uses money for shoes. The shoe seller uses money for grain. The grain seller uses money for a knife. Suddenly the whole village does not need perfect matches anymore because everyone can trade with everyone through one shared symbol. This is why money spreads so well. It turns a messy web of favors, objects, promises, and awkward conversations into one simple question: how much? That question is cold, but it is efficient, and humans love anything that makes a social mess easier to count. At first, this feels practical. Money is just a tool, like a basket or a wheel or a tiny object that prevents your goat from becoming a payment plan. But then something strange happens. The symbol starts to feel more real than the things it represents. A coin can stand for bread. A number can stand for a day of work. A bank balance can stand for safety. A salary can stand for status. A price tag can stand for how much the world thinks something matters. And this is where money becomes more than trade. It becomes measurement. Before money, comparing things was messy. Is one goat worth 10 fish? Is one tool worth 3 baskets? Is 1 hour of work worth 1 chicken, half a chicken, or an awkward amount of feathers? Money gave humans a universal scoreboard. Now, everything could be translated into one language: food, labor, land, gold, rent, time, risk, even attention. The problem is, once humans got a scoreboard, they started using it everywhere. A person did not just have tools, he had wealth. A house was not just shelter, it was property. A job was not just work, it was income. And slowly, money became a way to rank things that were never simple to rank. That is powerful and dangerous because a number is easy to compare, but life is not. So why did people keep believing in money? Because the belief was useful. If enough people agree that a symbol has value, the symbol starts acting valuable. A king can stamp a face onto metal. A government can print paper. A bank can update a number. A company can issue shares. A market can decide a price in seconds. And suddenly, millions of people behave as if that symbol is real, not because every person is stupid, but because the shared belief creates real consequences. If everyone accepts the paper buys food. If everyone trusts the number pays rent. If everyone thinks a company is valuable, people lend to it, work for it, and invest in it. The belief becomes behavior. The behavior becomes a system. And the system becomes reality. This is the same reason a game works. A goal in football matters only because everyone agrees the rules matter. A border matters because people agree, enforce, and suffer consequences around it. A title like CEO, or king, or billionaire matters because humans build behavior around the story. Money is one of those stories, but it might be the strongest one, because unlike many stories, money can jump between strangers. You do not need to know me, you do not need to like me, and you do not need to trust my family, my tribe, or my personality. If we both trust the money, we can cooperate for 10 seconds and never meet again. That is huge. Money let humans trade beyond friends, beyond villages, beyond people who spoke the same language. It helped strangers cooperate. And when strangers cooperate, cities grow, markets grow, companies grow, empires grow, and eventually, one tired stickman checks his bank app at 2 a.m. and wonders why a number on a screen is bullying him. The funny thing is, humans invented money to make life easier. Then life started organizing itself around money. People moved for it, studied for it, married into it, fought over it, measured success with it, and lost sleep because of it. Some people had too little and felt trapped. Some people had a lot and still wanted more. Because money is not only buying power, it is future power. It says, later, I can choose. That is why people chase it even when they do not need another object right now. Money can become food later, shelter later, status later, freedom later, safety later, or at least the feeling of safety, which is sometimes even more addictive. This is why losing money hurts more than losing paper should. A destroyed bill is just paper. A drained account feels like lost options, lost time, lost protection, lost control. So the strangest thing about money is not that humans invented it. Humans invent weird things all the time. The strangest thing is that once the story worked, humans had to live inside it. So why did humans start believing in money? Because direct trade was too clumsy. Because strangers needed a shortcut. Because symbols made value easier to move. Because trust could be stored inside an object, a coin, a paper bill, or a number. And because once enough people believed the story became useful, then powerful, then almost impossible to escape. Money is not just paper, it is not just metal, and it is not just a number in an app. Money is a shared human agreement that became so strong it can move food, labor, land, armies, companies, governments, and entire lives. Which means the weirdest part is this. Money only exists because humans believe in it. But humans believe in it because it works. And it works because humans believe in it. That is not just economics. That is one of the strangest loops in human history.